It's the 7 of Brian McCann. Row number 2, Dylan Bryant from Superman Racing and Connor Leach. Row 3, it's Carson Rowland and Caleb Sisk. Row 4 goes to Track Bar Motorsports number 4 driver of Chris Goins with Double O Joe to his outside. Row 5, it's Tom Barish and Paul Durkee. 11 starter belongs to the 2 of Ryan Pasoko. 12th goes to Skylar Herod. Jesse Redding in the 21 will start 13th. Joe David, 14th. 15th starter is Justin Lawson. 16th, Mark Collins. Mike Corvu will start 17th. Jonathan Marsh will roll from the 18th position. 19th starter is Ben McKinnon. Russ Endicott, 20th. 21st, Nick Biddy. 22nd, Jared Woodard. 23rd is the 5 of Mark Truxell. Mike Fahey from LSR will start in the 24th spot. John Roberts.
Brian, are we ready to do this?
Did not lock in the time. Really, a lot of these drivers in the back of the field. Nick Biddy, Jared Woodard, Truxell, Fahey, and Sean Roberts, and Rick LePage.
Would this be 3 in a row?
Rounds out the field in 26.
This would be 3.
Not even attempt a lap in their qualifying session.
All right,
That's your starting grid here from Michigan Speedway. We're getting ready to roll here. Waiting on Tom Barish and Jarrett Woodard to take the grid.
Love me some Michigan.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, Derek. You recovering from that Daytona race?
Jarrett Woodard appears to be pulling down into the pit lane. He'll wait there and start from pit lane.
Derek is a master go-karter.
I hear.
And Derek Welch, even though he started on pole, looks like he's dropping to the rear. That'll move Brian McCann. Well, really, to move the inside lane, Dylan Bryant will move up into that preferred starting position. But while they roll off here, let's look at our race details.
A little warm.
105 laps here, just over 200 miles the distance tonight. 77-degree ambient temps, 23.
26
clear skies.
people, 26 truckers tonight. 26 actually must have had a problem, didn't queue up or didn't grid up. So 25 on track right now.
That's the size of the tank they'll get to work with tonight. And also, green sets of tires.
Go.
Fast repairs, 0.
Nice.
Village. 3 attempts at a green white checkered finish if necessary.
Still there?
Perfect restart.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Stay high. All clear, all clear.
Base truck heads to pit lane here. We'll get the green in just a moment. Barney with the...
Yeah, 171's going to throw it low on the left rear, inside, sliding up a little bit.
Green flag in the air.
Stay
Hold
high.
on to it. Good job.
Still there.
Trying to side draft you a little bit. Looks like the first lap is going to be yours.
You are the leader. Stay high.
Still there on your inside, kind of pinching you up. Down to the second groove.
All clear, all clear.
He's clear you. Little pushy.
He wants to lead one. I'll let him lead.
Yeah, let him wear out his stuff.
Let's take that top.
He also looks a little loose.
Coming down to the line, McCann's going to edge and nose across. He'll lead lap number 1.
Next car is the leader.
Damn, he's checking up big time. I don't want to check up that much.
Inside.
He's letting his buddy pass. That's what's going on.
Still there.
No, he's got his teammate coming to your inside.
Heck yeah, they had that one planned out.
Tucks in behind, single.
If he's going to do that.
All clear, all clear. Inside. Stay high.
There you go.
You're up top.
You're going to end up 3 wide high.
Hold your line.
Still 3.
Hold your line.
52's trying to decide where he wants to go. You're still 3.
You are the leader.
But here comes the 6.
Hold your line.
The 6.
All right, 71's falling back a spot. So is the 6. You're going to have to run off the high side, clear all the way around. Nice work.
I was just going to ride behind, but if he's going to do dirty, I'll just take the lead.
That's right.
Being line for the race lead. S3, bottom and middle with Brian McCann on top. At the line, McCann will edge out those S3 trucks, but for hot
6 coming up to your
Yeah,
high
one
side,
inside.
or low side rather. Left rear, kind of packing it on you a little bit. Really pinching you to the wall. 71's with him.
outside keeps the hammer.
71 now second groove off the bottom.
3 machines and retake the top spot for the back straightaway.
71 still there. A little bit of a push here to the 6.
Stay high.
They're going to teammate me the whole time.
71 still left rear.
I'll have to beat him in the
Now
pits.
71 inside.
Still there. Hold the line.
On board with the 7 from the race lead.
Still there inside. All the way down on the white
Still there.
line now. 52 is with you.
Good job. The next car is clear. Still
All right,
there.
71 just one groove down.
Can't have to hold off to 71 on lead, but he's not even looking at him. He's going back to the whip. He wants the top.
All right, still side by side.
Down the back straightaway into the back of the 6 machine.
6 giving him a little bit of a draft. Move up in front of you. 4 trucks coming up behind you.
Stay high.
'71 still left front. 4's with you.
Stay high. The lead just did on 40.305. Still there.
Still inside.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
4's going to make contact. There it is.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Inside, 2 wide there.
Still
Clear
clear,
low,
4.
clear low.
Still clear.
6 out of turn 4. Caleb Sisk still with the lead. Teammate Connor Leach in
Clear all the way around.
outside lane formed up now. It's Brian McCann with Chris Goins in tow. Goins is working his way up through here now in the 4th position, up 3 spots. Dylan Bryant now 5th.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side. All clear, all clear.
Big run coming for the 7 of McCann, but nowhere to take it. He'll just go into the back bumper of that 6 machine, gives him a shot, sends him down the back again. Here comes a bump from the 4. In turn, goes back to the 6.
Still there. Hold the line.
Transfer of energy from the 4-7-6.
Stay high.
Little slip from Caleb up the racetrack, giving Connor Leach some room, but now a battle for
Clear
the
low,
lead here
clear
as
low.
Leach goes.
I think that might have been a little bit of net code there. 4's on your bumper.
You got one
Yeah,
inside.
it says that Sisk led it, but it certainly looked
Stay
like
high.
it was
There's
Leach.
the car on the low side. Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Stay high. There's the car on the low side.
Great action here at the front of the field now.
there.
4's going to take it inside.
Sorry, the other way around.
2 by 2.
Ryan McCann pushing the 6 again. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Still there.
Oh, a little bit of contact
Clear low,
maybe
clear
with
low.
Ryan McCann and Connor Leach.
There you go. Pack a little bit on that left rear. There you go.
Right there to collect
Get him a little,
the 7.
get it a little loose.
Back. Just a few feet separating the top 3 trucks in the
Yeah, one
outside
inside.
lane. Connor Leach there on the
Second car.
bottom, the inside of Brian McCann
Still there.
with no help. Yes, help. Drafting does matter here at Michigan
Still there.
Speedway. It does come into play. It's not quite as pronounced as a super speedway. Obviously, you've got some power
Stay
to
high.
get it done as Leach does so. Swapping lanes now.
4's going to come up, give you a shot. He actually take that back. He hit the wall.
For the lead
Stay
down the
high.
backstretch into 3. What a
71 still inside. About half a groove down.
3 wide.
4's going to take this 3 wide.
Hold your
3
line.
middle. Hold your line.
Outside. 2 wide there. All
Hold
clear,
the line.
all clear.
Oh, I did that 52 dirty.
Close.
You
Yeah.
got 1 inside. You're up top 3 wide. You got 1 inside. You're 2 wide there. Clear
I was
low,
going to get
clear
freight
low.
train if I didn't do that,
You got
though.
1 inside.
Got the 90 now looking
All
inside.
clear, all clear.
That 4 just burnt up probably 5% of his tire
Yeah, one
going around the
inside.
outside of you in the 6.
As the race moves on,
Stay high.
cracked up to
On
that
the
change
low
of
side.
2. We'll see. Back to the bottom of the
Stay high.
racetrack, Connor
On the
Leach
low side.
gaining some
71 still inside, just half a groove down. Hold your
Still
line.
there.
52's coming up. No run just yet. Still with you.
Stay high.
Now Chris
Contact here.
Rockets to the front. He's
All good.
Clear low, clear low.
Leach to second.
You got one inside. All clear, all clear.
You are clear all the way around.
Take my spotter.
Fear the
Little tight.
Chris Goins to the point.
Oh, my bad. Got it.
Top 5 all grouped up together here off of turn number 4. Again, a side-by-side battle has shaped back up for the race lead. Sisk drives it to the bottom.
All of us up here have burned our tires up.
Goes into 1, and he will. Guys are racing like there's 5 to go.
I couldn't agree with Steve more.
Goins almost gets in the wall and threads the needle, gets in front of Connor Leach. Leach is going to swap positions with Goins, leaves him high and dry or low and dry.
Or left rear.
He's going back to the win.
Charging ahead. Clear.
Caleb Sisk for the race lead again here at 3 and 4. This is going to be all race. I'm going to lose my voice. The NTRL boys are going to have to worry. I won't have anything to say tomorrow. Those that don't get the reference, the Vigilante Racing League is here tomorrow night as well. Also in the trucks. Also live here on Track Limits Network. So come back tomorrow night if you want to see more of this.
Derek, to be honest, I'm not sure, but I'm probably pretty good on points. I don't know if this is the start of a new playoff season or, whatever. I don't know. Repeat, do you remember, was last week?
I could look at the race schedule and see if it says.
All right, 10-4. The last 2 races are the championship races, like the top 4. And I don't think this is definitely not the last 2.
Hopefully we can run this all the way to our first set of green.
I think it would have went
There's this one.
3 and 2.
Yeah, that kind of sounds familiar. Four's outside, right rear. It's going to be pretty close. Clear up.
Oh. Trying to see if I can conserve a little fuel. I don't think we'll make it.
Well, if you're not, neither are they, that's for sure.
Sticks it behind the 6 for now.
Yeah, but if I can get one more lap, that'd be nice.
Things have gone relatively calm here. Front to back.
Draft is pretty strong here. The schedule doesn't say, but it's the Glen next week, followed by Pocono, and then Atlanta. So you got 3 more races on the season.
Okay, so my win at Nashville last week locks me in, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
So the 5th spot. He's taking it back from Bill and Bryant. Bryant now trying to challenge as well, looking to the outside of the number 90. Bryant up top in the number 52 Toyota.
It's a little slick up top.
A little bit.
Trying to find some loops in here to keep.
I think the Ford burnt up his stuff a little bit more than the 3 of you.
Relegated back into the 4th spot after leading the lap.
When he passed you and the 6 on the outside, I knew that had to do something to his tire.
Yeah.
'71 tried walking you to the wall.
According to 3rd place trucker Brian McCann.
Both of you catching the 6. He's got the 6 on his front bumper now.
I don't know if you guys caught that. We're going to switch cameras here. We're going to go to the driver's eye camera here with Brian McCann. He's already starting to lift and coast. We heard it there. Watch the RPMs on the dashboard there. Watch him drop to 0 here in just a moment.
Steve's on to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Close to zero, not quite all the way, but you definitely lift in, pushing in the clutch. Let that truck rotate on its own and just coast through the corners on entry. Fortunately, Tom Barish out of this one already. Not sure what happened. He was out on the racetrack, qualified halfway decent, but now he'll finish tonight's race, I believe, in the 25th.
Caleb's losing it up there.
He also off the racetrack in 26th. Their day likely done. We watched Derek Welch.
So we can get 5 from here. That might, no, that still ain't going to do it.
The truck on.
I think it's been pretty good for you because you've had a little bit of dirty air. Been pretty good on exit. He's got all that clean air and it's definitely forcing him loose.
Welch really hoping for a caution here. He get caught back up, at least get into some action. Follow up on the one here later on as the race progresses. Further up through the pack, just inside the top 15.
As you go through turns 3 and 4, they're just now exiting 2 at the back end of the field. So, I mean, you guys are pulling away.
I don't know. That sucks on fuel. We're going to be short.
Let's see, you've got... Oh, yeah, only 4.5 left in the tank. Wow, okay.
My calculator says we got to get to lap 26.
All set up.
We only got 3 tires.
Oof. We're coming to 22. You may go down pit road coming to 22. That's kind of the way that it's looking.
Ruxel in the Little Tate's Cupcake Silverado. Able to get the pass done on Joe David. He'll stay in the 15th spot for now. Further to the front you roll, the hard.
Yeah, so like going down pit road, end of lap 21, coming to 22.
He's got Jonathan Marsh, the truck length off the tailgate of the 5 as well to worry about. Talk about a big mover here. Sean Roberts into the top 10 now for the first time today. He's up 15 position. He started 45th. So Roberts picking up spots in a hurry here in Michigan.
So I can go 2 from here.
Yeah.
Fahey and Nick Pitty now battling quickly. Fahey in the number 19 truck running in the 12th position. Slides up in front of the 32 and Pitty completes the pass. Back up front though, the battle's still close for the race lead.
All right, you're all set.
It's going to be content. Lining the tire tracks of Caleb Sisk here early in the running here in Michigan. Don't need to push the issue too much, not like they did in the first 12 laps. And it's third place Brian McCann, then Chris Goins. Back in 5th is...
Nah, it looks like you're going to need a windshield tear off.
Jesse Redding.
Yeah, throw one of them on there.
It's up from 13th. It's 6th.
That split second more that it takes, right?
This seems a little early, but maybe not. Again, a 65% fuel load. This might be a planned pit stop for the 5. He's in a little early. First one to make a green flag stop here, lap 23.
We got a pit here, right?
2 by the record. He hasn't crossed just yet. Ben McKinnon also.
You got 1.2 left in the tank.
Drops the jack. Ruxel back out. 1468, 4 tires. And
No, go around one more time. Never mind. Yeah, come. There you go. Way to lock it down.
It's interesting to me that this first pit
Giving you
stop,
back your spotter to count you in.
Taking tires. They only got 3 sets to work with over the
Pit
wall.
box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Marsh, Roberts,
Good job.
LePage, Endicott, Welch. They're all going to head down and pit as well here again under green flag.
Oh, a few others in the back. I see him backing into their stall.
Likely to come down soon after. I'm still curious to see who ends up with
All right,
tires
that's
or
it.
not.
Go.
All right, come. Don't speed.
Leaders off of 4 into pit lane. Caleb Sisk. It's down.
You're going to have clear track to merge when you get to the cone.
The traffic jam begins.
Got one
Sisk leads
outside.
the charge. Now side
All
by
clear, all
side,
clear.
got McCann and Leach. McCann's going to swap lanes, go to the outside as Leach is trying to get to his pit box.
Good job.
Leach is
All
done.
right, come on up.
Sisk loses the truck. Too much rear brake, and he's stuck on the wall. Lucky to get it off the pit wall. He'll have to back up.
Is that a pass in the grass?
In the vehicle to get where he needs to be, so this crew can change the tires and put fuel in it. Sisk is going fuel only, maybe inaudible here, given that he lost so much time. It wasn't worth trying to put the tires on this time. So Sisk with a mistake in pit lane, maybe too much rear brake. But this came around as he got slowed up, get into his pit box. So that puts Connor Leach back out in front.
Connor Leach only took 2. He had a pit time of 7.9.
How quickly we got through that pit cycle here. First pit stop, I believe, was Mark Truxell. That was lap 22 with Ben McKinnon. And then 24 for Ed.
I hear you.
So 22 to 24 laps on a
Yeah, but
fuel here.
what lap do I need to make it to the end?
Leach did not take tires. Biddy did not.
Let's figure this out.
Neither did Caleb.
You got 30.
Everybody else.
You have 30.7 in the tank right now, and as that resets, looks like you have 22 and a half in the tank. Let's see.
They talked about this ahead of time. They had a plan, and they're certainly discussing it during the race as far as what their intentions are between each other. And there's a team championship at play here. Let's go back to that here. We didn't talk about it in the open, but here's your Gulf Coast Sand Silver Championship standings. Roberts, Bryant, Lawson, the top 3, and then the team championship. S3 leads it by a decent margin over Track Bar Motorsports, the Goats, Outcast, and NTR. And in the full season points, Brian McCann leads it, not by much, but a somewhat comfortable lead over Connor Leach. If Brian can continue to have consistent quality finishes the rest of the season, he might be in good shape here. Of course, the full season championship brought to you by Davidson Builders. The 27 laps in the books.
We're going to be using more fuel here since we don't have a draft.
Yeah, but if he only took 2, it's going to be less pressure on your backside. Chris Goins is a second back, and then Jesse Redding is almost 3 seconds back. So you've got a cushion. You don't have to push. You can do what you were doing. You can really manage it the way you need to.
All that's true, but I'm still using 0.02 of a tank, a gallon per lap than I was when I was in a draft. I was using 455 in the draft. I'm using 471 now.
Every drop he can.
Can you back up your entrance a little bit and get back on it a little bit later? Exactly what I was just saying. You can slow the pace down, run it at where you need to.
McCann the leader now. Connor Leach second. Chris Goins running there in third. He's starting to reel in Leach as well. You gotta wonder if Leach is just driving at about 80%.
But if I can't make the end of the race, there's no need to do that.
Save fuel. Maybe just drive the whole lap at 80%. Brian McCann's method is just lift and coast a little bit on entry, not using hardly.
Because if I got to stop and they got to stop for that splash and go at the end, I want to be ahead of them.
Last lap for the top 2 were identical. 41.75 for McCann, the same for Connor Leach. Goins, however, a lot faster, almost 7 full tenths quicker. Now he looks to the inside for second.
Jesse Redding coming outside.
Pulling up, Ryan Pisoko as well, but Ryan...
2's coming with him.
Early.
Hold on to it. 2's tag that outside wall. He's now down behind you. You are clear up. There's your draft. Two is low, clear low.
Now Jesse Redding jumps up to P2. Slots in front of teammate Chris Goins.
Connor Leach is now back to
Now, I want to talk about the mistake
P4
by Caleb Sisk. The truck just came around on him. He's mired back in the 11th position now after that. 9+ seconds in the rear cover. He came down as the race leader. So a lot of time lost in the pits for the 6th.
I hate fuel races.
Tires.
Me too.
Saved him some time to get back out on the racetrack. Having a moment like he had in the pits. It's one thing to have it happen under yellow.
I'm afraid we're still going to be 2 laps.
Those tires.
Well, actually 4 laps short at the end of the race.
Every second counts, especially
If I'm calculating that right.
covering the distance of a football field almost every second.
We still may see a caution.
I think I just got to stay with Jesse here. Save as much as I can, but stay with Jesse. I can't let him get too far out.
Goes to the race lead. He puts Brian McCann in the rear view mirror. Let's take a look at it just a moment ago. Past the race lead. Redding got to the outside, had the run on corner exit. Little bit of a wiggle there for Brian McCann as Pasoko got into the wall. Lucky he didn't collect anybody. But clean pass, doing it on the high side by Jesse Redding to take the lead.
Just coming up to a lap truck. Ooh, almost out of caution right there.
Redding comfortably out front. I just have to wonder, too, if some of these guys are just not putting up much of a fight here for that race lead, because being out in the wind there, you're breaking that plane of air in front of your truck before everybody else. You're dirtying up the air behind you, but
Outside.
using a lot more power, a lot more horsepower, a lot more fuel to do that.
Clear up.
Running in tow of another driver, another truck, or multiple trucks for that matter, does help you save some fuel. That's actually working out nicely here for Jesse Redding. He's riding behind the 2 of Pasoko, who just got his lap back. So Redding still leads, but he has the benefit of the truck in front of him. Now it's he'll swap lanes.
You're okay.
Stays up top.
Not even a scratch. All good.
Jesse's running it hard. He ain't fuel saving at all.
And Mark Truxell back on pit lane. This seems very premature. Remember, he pitted lap 22. If he stuck to that same plan, it would be lap 44. Here we are, lap 36. Truxell in the pits again. This could be fuel only for the 5. Stays on the ground, tops off the tank, and heads back out. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't get it full.
Oh, he's slowing up now. Oh, we might have a wreck here in front of us.
Further back in the top 10, Mike Fahey in 9th. Looking for
Right now, you're looking at being able to make it to about lap 49.
And to make it on 3 stopper, we have to get to 52. So, yeah, we're going to be short for sure. Unless somebody's big time saving, I don't think they're going to beat us, though.
Yeah, Connor Leach being several seconds back, he only took 2 tires before Derek. He had a stop of 792.
further back in the pack, Dylan Bryant in the 11th spot. Now Bryant looks like he took fuel only on his stop, but it took a bit longer for him, a couple of seconds extra on pit lane for the 52, so he's not quite up front where he was prior to that first round of stops. And Mike Fahey having a moment.
Clear up.
Slow at the bottom of the racetrack. He was all the way down to the 8th runoff there out of 2. Might have had a problem on corner exit.
4 trucks coming. You're going to have a truck merging. You should be good.
Oh, there it is. Was there contact? .34 just drives right in the back of Fahey, right at corner exit. I don't know if I like that.
Looks like the scenario is somewhat similar to what it was before, where you can go down pit road on lap 49, coming out on lap 50.
For now, we've got pit stops underway. It's Caleb Sisk now.
10-4.
He'll probably take tires this time. Skylar Herod also on the pits with Carson Rowland.
But yeah, I think that extra 5 laps is really going to throw a lot of people off. Unless a caution comes out.
Side tires going.
But the way how spread out the field is, I don't know what the likelihood of that's going to be.
4 tire stop for Caleb Sisk, Sunoco Racing Fuel to top off the tank here at lap 41. There'll be a lot of pit stops here tonight.
Outside and clear.
And Connor Leach from the front will come down to pit. Redding still leads. McCann now second. Gomes third.
Way to keep it off the wall.
Thought I had more turn, but it didn't. It gives up real bad there at the exit.
Yeah.
The pit stop underway under green yet again. Front runners unchanged for now.
I was turning the wheel left, but it kept on going right.
Marsh now.
Why does it do that?
Joe in P5.
It's like a lawnmower in wet grass.
Redding's last stop was at lap 24. I would imagine he can go to 48 or better.
One coming up. This is not a spot for position. Just let him go.
Chat's kind of quiet here tonight, guys. Jump in there and say hey.
Car's up in the wall. You are clear of him.
That's it.
All right, working lap 45. You've got 5.2 in the tank, so you should actually, now it says you should be able to go to 50 coming out on 51, so you gained a lap.
Derek Welch, top of the racetrack, pole sitter tonight. He's actually in the wall here.
Or is it a half a lap?
Jones taking evasive action as Welch a little off the pace after scraping turn 4. Meanwhile, Connor Leach is taking his lap back. And we got Robert Altman in the chat cheering on the 90 and the 80. Speaking of the 80, Jonathan Marsh on the pit lane. Carson Rowland in the 90. Carson runs 21st.
We'll watch the expenditure of fuel.
So Marsh from the top 5, he'll hit lap 45. Put tires and fuel into his Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Ben McKinnon down and away. And still Redding, McCann, and Goins keep it out on the track.
Ford giving it a little bit of a shot here. Ford's a little loose.
Redding drops into the bottom.
Gonna give it. Oh, he's gonna look low.
Lane.
Not yet there. He's still clear.
Spot Goins was all over the back of Brian McCann. All these drivers here in the top 7 made their first pit stop at lap 24. Expect them to make that second pit stop anytime. Still 11 trucks on the lead lap. 71 of Connor Leach, the last truck on the lead lap. Sean Roberts, the first to lap down in 12th. Jones now making a look to the inside on McCann again here at start finish, but tucks back in going into 1.
I ain't pitting this time.
All right, you're gonna have to come in this time, Brian. Yep.
You got everything checked.
Rick LePage from 10th will hit pit lane.
Yep, everything's good.
And slowing is
I'll
the
give you back the spotter.
Redding going to come to pit lane here. He'll take his service, tires, and fuel likely meet. Oh, real fast on entry. He might be in trouble here. Really fast coming to pit lane. This could be bad for the 21. Had a really good run going as he was leading at the time. Might have missed his mark to get on the brakes to lower down in time. We'll see. If he gets held for an extra 40, you'll know why.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, he got wrecked.
And the Ford just got wrecked behind you.
If he gets to sit a little bit longer, and it appears that is the case. Redding, too fast. Entry to pit road. Now Brian McCann and Chris Goins will come to the pits.
All right, come.
Be mindful, you only have 1 set of tires remaining. The car behind is pitting.
To the top 2, McCann and Goins.
You should have clear track to merge when you get there. 21 sped into the pits, it sounds like, and the 4 got wrecked behind you.
Pit wall.
You are clear all the way around.
Damage on the 4 machine. Goins is going to take tires and fuel here, but he may have to get some repairs made as well. Again, no fast repairs.
Clear 21.
We're almost to halfway here at Michigan. He's not going to fix it.
All right, so Connor Leach pit last on lap 40. He's 8 seconds ahead.
Just going to rewind this quickly to watch this a second time. Jones comes back out in 8th. Now 2 pit cycles in a row. You've had front runner with a major issue in pit lane.
Oh yeah, Derek, no problem. Just 8 seconds.
51. Leach is back out in front. Brian McCann back in P2. He is 8.3 seconds back.
You're cutting into that
now, the
lead pretty good.
Leach made a stop at lap 40. McCann was lap 49.
Well, now let's calculate fuel here.
Guys were out there on older tires, but now Leach has the older set. McCann
I saw it.
has newer tires.
He's going to be a 2-stopper.
Will it equal out at the end of this thing? Again, we're just shy of halfway.
He went in on 40. You can get, what, 23, 24 laps?
24.
25 max. Yes, 24. All right, so 40, 64, 65, give or take. Yeah, two stopper, yeah.
So that's what he did, which is smart. He got those 2 tires, ran like a 10-lap stint, and then he went in and got the rest of it to make the end.
Down the backstretch, halfway down the backstretch as the race leader is on at turn 4. We are officially halfway here from Michigan Speedway. We're going to step aside here, get a Track Limits Network side.
I don't think I can beat that at this point.
7 seconds ahead now.
Moment of the action. We'll be back.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Thank you for reminding me, Derek. Look how spread out everybody is. It's staying green for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That track map has a car on every single part of the track. I don't know if you heard it or not, but Steve kind of confirmed what you were saying earlier about points, that you're pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah, I'm good on points. I just going for the win here.
Oh, I absolutely get it. Yep.
Can't have Connor win nothing.
You're down to 6 seconds.
Derek, you're like the guy that goes to Vegas and bets on green.
You're pretty much cutting between 3 and 5 tenths a lap.
We ain't getting no caution here. Maybe if we just keep talking about it, we'll speak it into its existence.
Yep. Never know.
See, I can't even save a lap.
I'm gonna see something here right quick.
That's a good, oh wait, you're betting on me. I just now got that.
He's not cutting the motor or anything. He's running the entire time. And his lap is pretty much down to that second groove off the bottom through 3 and 4, and then same thing in 1 and 2. He's not running high. He's running right in that.
Michigan Speedway.
He's pretty much running one full groove up and off the bottom.
Sisk and Chris Goins. Goins able to recover after that pit road incident with Jarrett Woodard.
I got a drafting buddy now.
Jonathan Marsh running in P5.
There you go.
Goins running behind Jesse Reddick,
10-4 there.
losing a lap after a pit road speeding penalty. He runs 19th.
Down to 4 seconds. Cutting into the 3s now.
Derek ain't gonna last a long time like that.
Jones on the charge here. 10 lap.
Yeah, that thing hung out.
Caleb Sisk. The only saving grace for him right now is even though he had that problem in pit lane, they were all very
clear up
late to pit lane as it was. So they all have kind of a tire advantage at this point. Got a lot of nose damage on
down to 3.2, coming to the 2-second bracket. So if he was in on 40, he should be pitting within the next 4 laps. You may actually catch him by then.
Meanwhile, some takers on pit lane here. Sean Roberts, Mark Trucks are going to come down and pit.
Down to 2.5.
Four tires and fuel for Sean Roberts. Same story for Mark Truxell.
Welch was last on pit road, lap 48. You were last in on 49, so you could actually work with this guy all the way until he goes down pit road. You might even be able to go in with him, since you're going to have to go in for a splash at the end anyway. That way you keep somewhat of a drifting partner if Connor Leach is running this strategy where he jets ahead for 10 laps.
Derek a lap down. Derek got one of those laps back, I believe, for that cycle. No, he's a lap.
Yeah.
Lost that lap recently to Connor Leach.
There he goes. He actually pit a lap and a half early.
He's just showing off at this point.
Can running behind Derek Welch here.
He's like, look at all this extra fuel I got.
On the race lead, it's under a second now.
So if he comes out, if he went in on 63, coming out on 64, and he can get 25, let's take a look.
Meanwhile, Chris Goins has taken the spot from Caleb Sisk, comes up in the third.
That'll take him to 89,
pit lane.
plus 25 is 114. So on the last, he's also going to have to,
Connor Leach from
he'll actually end up having to take a little bit more fuel than you.
knock on wood, we've been green flag racing since the start of this one. Haven't seen the yellow come out of the holster yet.
On the bright side, we get this race over with early.
Fuel for Connor Leach as well. Back out front, though, it's the 7 of Brian McCann. And watching this, I gotta wonder here if Brian is just running behind Welch, knowing he's got a good cushion back to Chris Goins. This kind of Welch on the lead lap.
Stop, Steve.
What's Steve saying? I didn't even hear it.
Back in the day, it was not uncommon for the race.
Just that you're wondering if you're just running behind Welch. It's the same.
I want to tell nobody.
Clear up. So Connor is back to 8th, 36 seconds back.
So looking at pit stops here again, Brian McCann and Chris Goins. They came down at lap 49. Will they stretch this run out again? Take it as far as they can to the end, maybe pray for a caution. But Goins, so far, even with that pit road incident, still runs in the second position. 14.5 seconds back. Probably would have been closer to 3 or 4 seconds back without that incident with Jarrett Woodard. But so far, damage not completely done. They still salvaged to this point. And the caution certainly would erase that mistake. Trying to take a look at the right rear of Brian McCann's machine. It appears he might have some damage on that truck. Try and get a better look. It seemed like the right rear tail light there.
Yeah, the pit man said I had like 25 seconds.
Just a smidge.
So it's got a scratch somewhere.
It's going to pull some side force away from that truck. It's going to be a little looser in the corner.
Yeah, a little scratch.
I haven't felt any change
Be a
though.
problem for Brian McCann, but it's an adjustment that needs to be made. Meanwhile, McCann running behind Welch, still able.
Although I am a lot looser than
deficit increase.
other drivers around me, so maybe it could be. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ooh, real loose in four.
Yeah, the bottom half of the decal where your taillight's supposed to be is
out of the way.
gone.
Welch, at least in the corners, because that dirty air is certainly not helping things.
Kind of rubbed off a little bit.
I had a buff out.
Especially with damage to the right rear.
That's right.
Combination of dirty air and damage. McCann may have his hands full, but it's not hurting his lap times right now. Last lap of 41.84. Goins ran a 42.20.
Yeah, because Derek's pulling away from me right now.
Not that time.
Yeah, he's running that high line.
6 coming up, going low.
Jonathan Marsh will pull off the track here and hit pit lane.
I think he's going all the way to the wall.
One's in the wall.
Yeah, they started with 3 sets available.
Yep,
over the
you
wall.
are. He's
Really
outside.
Manage them accordingly, given we had a 105 lap race distance.
Still there, right rear.
Caleb Sisk marching his way back through. He's in 8th, but he's not on the lead lap. He is now
Clear up.
clear of Ryan McCann.
Very shallow entrance. Gonna come up and give you a tap. Nope, he's gonna look low. A little bit, packing it in on the left rear a little bit. He's about a half groove down.
And Derek Welch in the fence again. He's just
Inside. Oh, he threw it in. All right, clear, clear.
We got one more lap.
Yeah.
And finally deciding to make the move here and go by the 1, but in this instance, it's still not a death nail for Derek Welch. If Watson were to come out, he'd get the lucky dog and still get back on the lead lap. So not a major issue here, but Derek's going to try and look back to the inside, see if we can do anything with Brian.
One sitting.
All right, coming in, giving you your spotter back.
You got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
Hold on.
I was
Wait, keep it
watching.
out of the wall. Good
I
job.
was watching him. Surely I get a speeding on that, right?
Pit box in.
Clear.
10.
No speeding on that?
Likely just a matter of
Oh, my
time. here
goodness.
before we
Sounds
see the
scary,
7
huh, Bob?
make the left turn to pit lane.
3, 2, 1.
Trying to stretch this out
Right
as
here.
long as he can. He might be able to make this on one
All
more
the
stop
damages
if he's
were
careful.
terrible.
I don't know how that wasn't a speeding.
And McCann made a stop at lap 49.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And he's going to come down now. Lap 73.
All right, that's it.
He
Go.
went 24 laps.
Let's get the cars. Make them last the rest of the race.
And an issue coming to pit lane, but this does not get him to the finish, even on fuel. It's going to come up about
I didn't really lose anything off of it, I don't think.
high.
It's not
Our
much.
track, come on up.
Jones also in pit lane.
I crossed the line going, I think 70, so it blows my mind I didn't get speeding.
In here. That's pretty much the story for just about everybody else.
The leader just did a 41.059. Car 71 has taken the lead.
May see Connor Leach pit here in the next
The car behind you is pitting.
10, 15 laps. Probably
I'm just glad I didn't get that 40-second hold.
at Leach
Those were
in,
embarrassing.
63.
Right?
He is retaking the top spot.
The car behind you is closing on you.
Kind of a weird
The gap
race
is
here tonight. It started off
8.9
crazy,
seconds.
hot and
The
heavy
car
in the
behind
first,
you is
I don't know,
closing
10,
on you.
15
The gap
laps.
is
Battle
9.1
like it
seconds.
was the
You're
last
losing on the
10,
car in
15
front.
laps.
The gap is 2.1 seconds.
And no cautions to speak of. And it's
I'm not able to go wide open like he is, so I might, that damage may be affecting me. Like now that I'm trying to run full speed.
I mean, it's literally just, like I said, just the sticker kind of wore off a little bit.
Yeah, but look at him. He's able to go wide open. I have to lift where I wreck.
They're coming to 30 laps
Gotcha.
to go. Leach back out in
Like in practice and qualifying, I was wide open, no problem, but
Bryant fourth.
it just
Got one
swings out
outside.
right if I try to go wide open
Clear
now.
high,
Suffering
clear
a
high.
bit from his pit road issue. He's back now in ninth, about 33, almost a lap behind these guys.
Outside. Still there? Hold your line. You're clear high, clear high.
That's spotter.
Gabby Benura in the chat says, "Gonna jinx it, Steve." Hopefully. I mean, a caution-free race is always cool to talk about because, yeah, it's a clean race and we did good. You know, these trucks are hard to drive and we got it done, but I would take a yellow. Re-rack this field, get them going again.
Oh, I would definitely take a yellow as well.
Just give it like 5 laps before that happens. That way everybody can make it.
The last 3 laps, you've got 3 seconds off of Connor.
Or is he? No, he's not. He's down again. First truck.
9.4 on 75, 1.1 on 76, and 1.0 on 77. And there's another second that last lap.
Considerable advantage over Derek Welch right now.
Now, the way I can't keep up with Derek right here, like I legit cannot keep up with him, so I'm guessing there's something wrong.
It's on the lead lap. Let's go through them. It's Connor Leach, the leader. Brian McCann, second. Caleb Sisk in third. Dylan Bryant, fourth. Skylar Herod, fifth. Carson Rowland in the sixth spot. Sean Roberts.
That's crazy. That little bit of damage does that.
Ninth, Chris Goins. Mark Truxell, 10th. And last truck on the lead lap, the Toyota of Nick Biddy.
Yeah, it's like barely nothing.
But it's in a bad spot.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
This a battle for the fourth spot. Bryant and Herod. Bryant the 52. Carson Rowland in the mix as well. That's also a position. So that's fourth, fifth, and sixth all in a row.
You know, Brian, You're down to 9.5 seconds, right? If you actually catch Connor as he's going down pit road, you can go with him. And that whole gap, that whole strategy that he's had,
Yeah.
could be blown out the water.
I hear you.
Dylan Bryant hanging on to the spot for the time being.
As if we run down 8 seconds. It would have been a whole lot better if I can keep up with Derek, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Garrett Woodard back in 16th, making a move around the 80 of Jonathan Marsh. Marsh is on a different lap comparatively. Marsh running in 7th.
See what line Connor's running.
Okay.
Derek Welch has gotten back on the lead lap. I don't know if Collins had a problem or if Welch just...
Through 3 and 4, pretty much the left sides on that first seam.
Yeah, 5-lap newer tires. Actually, much newer tires as Mark Collins pit in lap 67 and didn't...
Low coming across the start stripe. Typical
pit lane right now. Probably bolt on his last set.
front stretch there.
Laps to go. He should be...
And then lefts on the first seam through 1 and 2 also.
Barring the green light.
Yeah, that's the fast lane, but I just tried the top side. I can't do the top side either.
Means the odds are there that we're going to get one.
Two truck inside.
Collins got it away. He'll let back out.
Clear him.
So DW back on the lead lap in P12. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about Welch.
See, he's going to pit in about 5 laps.
He's the first truck 1 lap down. So if we get the caution, he would be the lucky dog recipient. Still a solid run, though, after effectively starting from the rear and qualifying the 1 truck on pole. Leach still out in front here, 20.
That's about half a gallon a lap.
0.75 second advantage over Brian McCann, but still needing to make a pit stop. Same is true for Brian McCann, however. Really just about everybody, but Mark Truxell's going to come down and make his final stop.
Dylan, you can take high.
2 coming up quick. Looking low. He's clear if you can get into his draft.
For the 5, so he'll have fresh tires on the way to the end. But when do these drivers decide to make that final stop? Coming to 21 to go. Leach still the leader. Stays on the racetrack.
Leach was last in, lap 63. He should be pitting here in the next couple laps.
Pits for the final time. And some pit stops underway. Sisk, Herod, Marsh, and Rowland. Garrett Woodard is also down.
Connor Leach is on pit road.
We'll have to go with 5-1. Because it goes 3-6-5-1.
All right.
I was just playing with the fuel thing. Repeat.
Okay, good. All right, got it. It's on 5-1.
Dylan Bryant from 4th. He'll come to pit lane for his final stop. And now we're in a predicament where we're really running low on lead lap trucks. Connor Leach is going to turn left, and he'll pit from the race lead. McCann back out in front. How long does McCann wait to come down and pit?
Am I putting him a lap down right here? If so, I need to stay out as far as I can.
see here.
Connor Leach
Nah,
also
Connor's
stands
in
at
front.
Last. Chris Jones will come down and pit, still showing some front end damage, but it
Trying to find him out.
doesn't seem to affect him too terribly much.
But still being a leader,
The truck slightly.
staying out's a
He's
decent
behind you by
idea.
33 seconds.
All right.
Fuel
Yeah, we did lap
Chris
him.
Jones as he heads on back out.
Corriveau is the first truck one lap down in P4. Go figure.
Dang.
We've got 4 trucks on the lead lap, Nick Biddy being the 4th one, and he hits pit lane. So now we have 3 trucks on the lead lap, McCann, Leach, and Welch.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything to gain by pitting.
And Welch, we're going to need to make one more stop before this one is over, and likely is coming soon. Connor Leach, good to go to the end. About 30 seconds in the rear view from Brian McCann, and closing fast. Last lap for McCann was a 41.71. Leach ran a 39.83. Almost 2 seconds faster than the race leader.
That's true, Wyatt.
McCann's got tires left.
Already got a loose problem.
Trying to run this out to the very bitter end. Derek Welch in 3rd on the lead lap, but not that far ahead of current race leader Brian McCann. Welch back to start finish. McCann just out of 4.
Hold on to it.
It is crazy loose.
Yeah. 6 coming up low. Six is clear. Maybe this will help tighten you up a little bit in this dirty air. No, I guess not.
14 to go.
Does anybody have a caution?
Right?
Sisk getting a lap back the old-fashioned way. He gets clear of McCann. Sisk running in P4. Right now, though, Connor Leach in a very good position to pick up another win on this season. It would be his 4th. His first dating back to April at Darlington. Connor always has pace.
Yeah, she ain't handling the greatest.
Strategy.
Oh, somebody about wrecked. We almost had one.
Looks like you got 2 laps to pit. Watch your brake bias coming in.
Oh, we don't need brake bias. We just slide it in at 670 over the speed trap. I got to go back and watch that on replay.
They see a change of position here before you know it. Third place up for grabs. Caleb
Oh, we can go 2 from here.
in fourth, about a second behind Derek Welch.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one truck in the fence, pounds the outside, still straightens it back out. Will continue on, no yellow.
Really just need Connor to eat a big piece of the wall.
Third spot, likely to get it here before too long. Another lap or two at the most. Alex leaves the door open, knows that Sisk has fresher tires, and he does by about 8.
Hopefully this guy behind me respects my pit entry.
Moves Sisk up into the top 3. Now Brian McCann kind of being hounded here by Lap Truck and Jarrett Woodard.
All right, Brian, bring it in.
Oh yeah, we for sure lost it. Life's a garden, dig it, right?
Good work.
McCann on lap 23 of his fuel run. Likely going to have to make a stop here in the next lap or 2.
3, 2.
Connor Leach to
1.
inherit the lead
Right
when
here.
that happens.
All the damage
He'll
is
have about an
repairable.
18-second gap back to third place Caleb Sisk, which will in
All
turn
right,
be
that's it. Go.
P2. And here comes Brian McCann to pit road. Derek Welch to come down same time. So with 9, now 8 laps to go.
All right, come. All the way up.
Up the race lead to make his final stop of the night.
P3 is 3 seconds behind you.
And down and away, Derek Welch.
At least I got top 3.
Set of 4 on here. Run to the last 8 laps to the finish.
Yeah, 4's nowhere to be seen.
Are you looking outside?
Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. I wanted the outside.
Showing in the second spot, however. He's got about 3 seconds on Caleb Sisk. He's still coming
23
up.
right rear still.
Hold off the 6 machine and hang on to that second spot.
With the damage in this truck racing me, I think I'm gonna lose 3rd.
Whoa, one coming up fast. Hold on. Ooh, that was
Made his pit stop at lap 84 here. He did take a set of tires. McCann's tires, I believe, are from lap 73.
that one was not going to check up.
We'll look at the lap time here. We'll get a chance to get it to cycle back through. Last lap for Caleb Sisk was a 41.43.
One inside.
And in a little bit of traffic here. We'll see if that hurts the lap too much. Here comes Derek Welch with those new tires in a hurry. Tries to get out of the way of Collins, goes up the track, had nowhere to go.
24 now inside.
Move out of the way of
Clear.
Welch. Almost ended up getting into McCann, and then Welch almost ran in the back of the 23. Best bet there, man. Just hold your line. So to clock in here, McCann ran a 42.56 to Caleb's 41.58. I'm sorry, 51 that is. So a full second slower than Caleb Sisk. So McCann, he's got work to do if he's going to hang on to that second spot.
Nah, we ain't gonna get no second.
Connor Leach still comfortably out in front here, 18
He's going to blow my doors off.
the lead, almost a half a lap. Jones is now a lap down in the 9th position.
Looking inside.
Leaves us with 7 trucks still on the
I ain't even going to fight it.
go. Coming to 4.
Left rear.
He'll pull me big time in 3 and 4.
On your door. There it is. Clear.
Because right there, I just cannot get on the throttle.
That is amazing.
Caleb Sisk now to the inside on Brian McCann. Missed the battle for the 2nd spot. Fresher tires underneath that 6 machine. Not a whole lot McCann can do here, but just let it happen.
Hey, Boomer.
Caleb Sisk up into that 2nd spot here. 3 laps to go. Connor Leach, healthy margin out in front by 18 plus seconds. Leach looking for his 4th win on the season.
When you were on pit road, it was saying that all damage was fixable. What was the amount of time that it said to repair it?
I saw 20 something one time.
20 seconds?
Yeah, like 25.
That's ridiculous.
I wonder if it's anything to do with the new iRacing update they did today.
Maybe.
Because normally a scratch like that doesn't affect. You know, they came out with a new draft model for these NASCAR.
Leach just wants to see that white
I
flag.
mean, it's a little caved in, but it's mostly just a scratch. It's if you hit the wall, it wouldn't cause the kind of issue that you see on the right rear. The right rear looks like somebody hit you with their bumper.
The win here as Nick Finney goes to the inside.
Yeah, normally it, oh crap, about wreck, but normally it wouldn't do anything. So that's good to know for future races.
Or truck that is.
Yeah, yeah, keep it off the wall.
Makes for a good drift truck though.
Real loose through turn 4, but it's okay. He doesn't need to worry about it.
Yeah, I see that. Hold on to it.
Right there.
Connor Leach wins it at Michigan.
Good. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, you can go on.
Down to
Congrats,
this
Connor.
right, Caleb
Good
Sisk
job,
will
guys.
finish this one off in P2, while Brian McCann will come home in third.
And that's how you park one.
If you can't do it for one reason, do it for another.
Hey, Mark Truxell, I think you was involved in my fuck up Sunday night. If you was, I'm terribly sorry. I screwed that up.
What are you talking about?
The open setup we raced Sunday night where I wrecked the first lap.
Yeah, no, I think I missed all that.
Okay, I was just watching broadcast. I think you mentioned your name. I said, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I stayed clean there Sunday night. I think P6.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, I've had
70 over the
problems.
line.
They're just going to go
on
an
me.
extra
I
lap
don't know
here.
how I didn't get a speeding on that
That
one.
was at the very beginning, right?
Yeah.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I missed that.
That's 70 right
Two
there at
races
the
in a
line.
row. First lap, I done wrecked.
Trying to drift it through 3 and 4, touches the wall with
Yeah,
the right
crazy. You can
rear.
run a million laps and not spin out. Didn't do it. I just want to crawl under a rock when I spin that.
Oh, I did. Yep. I went and crawled up a rock and cried.
S3 teammates parking it here at start finish.
Are they selling hot dogs at the start finish line or something?
Huh. All right.
That's a good save anyway.
Thank you.
Take a look at your right rear while you're there.
Oh, yeah. It's got the little dent there.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to hit a wall, it's going to be flat. It's not going to have a little bit of a bow to it.
Yeah, even on the side door, right behind the door, got pretty good.
Connor Leach parks it start finish line here in Michigan after picking
But
up
I guess
the
that
win.
little
We're
dent
just
there
inside
is what
here,
was doing it.
but he's not done.
That tiny, tiny bit.
But it's a
20 seconds.
that's a
25
pretty
seconds, whatever it was.
that's a pretty good bow in though.
All right, well, now the whole world's doing donuts. We'll be back after this, folks. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The bumper's fine. It's just like just the brake light. I didn't see that right there next to the tire. That's looks pretty straight though.
Yeah, but look at that angle. How beat in it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of rounded, like somebody hit you with their bumper, but you only made contact with the wall. I don't think another truck hit you.
Nah, it was a wall. All right.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, Brian, I'll let you go so you can get on up to the booth. I will talk to you later, sir.
Thank you, Repeat. See you later.
You got it, buddy. Yep, have a good night.
To the outside, he breaks so much later. Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quick press to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at him. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Fritz on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final.
Damage on the front, too. Where'd that come from?
As they're still 4 wide on the run down in the back straightaway. Demerit's looking
When did that happen?
as well. What is going on in Michigan?
No back into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh my
and to the line.
Yes,
Just looks like the paint scratched up, but that's weird.
Who is going to get it?
I wonder if we can find that on the... See, it was there. It just kept getting worse. I was going so fast, the paint was peeling off. It's like every lap, it just got a little worse. Hold on. Let me go lap by lap here.
That's built for speed. Frank Yea's office in
So
South
there,
Charleston
it just,
has your back.
I'm just going lap by
Whether you're
lap.
blazing
Look at it
down
just
the
getting
highway,
worse.
Protecting the home
Is
you
that
built,
dirt?
or setting up a
I guess
legacy
that's
for your
dirt.
family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto.
That literally looks like the
life.
paint's peeling
Fast,
off.
Simple and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it.
That's the only option, right? Going so fast, the paint peeling off.
744-7700.
Because I wasn't hitting anything on these laps. Huh.
Back at Michigan Speedway, race 15 in the books. Connor Leach picking up the win over Caleb Sisk and Brian McCann. Let's get the driver of the number 71 up into the broadcast booth and get a word with our race winner. Connor Leach is Steve with Track Limits. Do you got us?
I don't know if you saw my first pit, but I pulled
Congratulations, man! A fourth.
I pulled a Brian McCann at Charlotte.
In a very fast.
Except I wrecked it because I accidentally shifted into first and wheel hopped it into the pit box.
Fourth of the season, first
the money shift
in April, man.
Oh, dude, it looks terrible too. It's the slowest wreck ever.
Coming up to that first pit stop.
And the more I slowed it down, it just yawed out. And then I backed it into pit wall, and it said the damage is unrepairable.
Go at the end, no tires. We took tires on
Oh,
every
Jesus.
run, so we figured
What a throwaway.
maybe about 3 or 4 laps to go in that first run. I'm not taking tires, no matter what happens.
Good God, how stupid.
We also had the idea of taking less fuel because we knew with a full fuel tank, it was going to be loose. So we took
there's where I hit the wall
fuel instead of 1
so
and a quarter or whatever it would have been. And just kind of rode it out.
So the paint was peeling. Wait.
Until the fuel was out.
That came off of that truck.
Our first set of tires on.
Right, here's where it happened.
You know, there was it kind of would go back and forth. The guys that took tires.
When I hit that truck is when that happened, not the wall.
Down, it would have screwed us if caution came out when we were on the lead lap. Oh gosh! So I mean, it was always.
It worked out.
Will a caution come out or will it not? And luckily it didn't. It was a really good, clean race for everyone. It seemed like it got fairly spread out after a few pit stops. And I mean, good racing for everyone in the field to not make any big mistakes. And it was a fun race. We got the win.
Certainly incredible racing to watch in the first, 10, 15 laps of this thing. And then
it gave him damage too.
Down. Everybody's starting to think strategy, tires, fuel, and the like.
It didn't his bumper in.
At the end of the game, the S3 boys got it done. It's a scary combination you guys have of the S3 group. You've got speed, but you've also got the strategy.
How does that do that
as well? Can you carry that momentum into Watkins Glen next week? I know you and Caleb specifically, you like those road courses as well as anything else. Can you look at maybe yet another win for you guys next week?
Oh, absolutely.
They broke the damage model. That's what I'm going with.
But I'm open for the latter option or the first option there. I hope it goes well and we can come out with a good, strong finish for the team. And yeah, Watkins Glen. I feel like I felt more comfortable at Coda than I did.
These trucks done turned from a steel truck to the aluminum trucks.
Maybe I'll have to do some practice laps after work during the week here, and we'll get that thing figured out.
All right, Connor. Well, congratulations yet again. Is there anyone you want to thank before we kick you out of here?
Oh, well, obviously, you putting on the broadcast and huge shout out.
That's a pretty good hit.
And the whole NTRL group for doing
didn't
this.
fill that in the truck, though.
There's some things going on. We might get it next season, we might not, but hopefully we do. I love racing with these guys, and it's always fun. But nevertheless,
I had places to be, though, and he was
all the teammates.
Slow on a one-lane road here.
Take tires on the first stop there. I feel like a lot of people did. There's maybe a couple guys that didn't, but it was really fun with the team. I mean, we're all together, and there was a couple guys that probably could have gone for a win, but little mistakes here and there, and different strategy, and obviously.
I guess I have to shout out to Dylan Bryant.
Point in that race could have changed it up, but luckily we came out with a win. But yeah, shout out to the team.
I had a pretty good slide into the pit lane, crossed the line at 70, and somehow didn't get a
Connor Leach and S3 just continues to keep on rolling. Wish you the best of luck next week at the Glen. Connor, thanks for talking to us, man.
I was all four locked up crossing the line at 70, and I got down to like 40.
Runner up here tonight in that number 6 machine.
I guess so.
Early excitement coming to pit lane. We'll talk to him about it as well here. Let's pull him up into the broadcast booth. Caleb, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Caleb was like, dude.
Yeah, I do. How you doing, Steve?
Caleb,
both right sides
man, I'm doing well.
Like,
job well done, man. Incredible run back up to the front. That first pit stop, a little chaotic. It looked like maybe the rear brakes locked up on you. The thing came around. You almost got stuck up on that pit wall. Walk us through what happened there, and then really what changed as far as your plan was concerned.
Yeah, good win there.
Two very different strategies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yours was a pretty good strat.
Mental lapse.
Yeah, we took a shorter tank on the first stop.
Really super low brake bias, and it started.
Yeah, I mean, a caution at any point during
it looked like the slowest wreck ever on replay.
Yeah, I saw you have that short pit, and I knew something was up.
Make sure I didn't wreck anybody and stay in the pit box. So I put it
I even missed my box.
Shadow box. Backed it up on the pit wall, and it told me I had unrepairable damage.
It was a little awkward. I do appreciate you letting me get down into my box on that first stop.
Had to adjust
it's like, oh shit, we're side by side. I know I got to get down before he does.
Yeah, I was going to go into the boxes, but I wasn't sure how Derek and Race controlled like that. Yeah.
I had speed.
I mean, if you didn't give up space, I would have just hit the brakes just before the stop.
I definitely
got
I'm really
in there,
good at giving away wins at Michigan.
But I do
made it a
appreciate you
habit
letting me
almost,
back in there.
and it's always
No
good
problem.
to either speed, correct myself, or do something like that. So
All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
If you're going to
I
give
gotta
one
fucking
away, why
piss
not
a
give it away
goddamn
to a
bad.
teammate? Certainly, that's a good thing because team points
All right,
matter.
man. Take
You
it
guys
late. Take it
continue
easy.
to run away with that, with a road course coming up next week.
I
at
sure
Watkins Glen
did.
International, likely a strong track for you guys. It has 300
is that all?
Glen next week.
Yeah, it's a little less about
I
strategy
hear you.
and a little more about skill, and I think we all got it.
See you later.
Some of us have it more than
Well,
others.
that went R rating real quick.
I will not be here. I'm back on the road for work, so I won't be back, I think, until Pocono or New Atlanta, one of the two.
Oh, very good. Either way, we'll keep a close eye on Connor Leach. I know he does run pretty well on the road courses. Admittedly, he said Coda was more his cup of tea than the Glen.
He was talking about drinking water.
With that said, though, still
He had a different drink
run here
during the
tonight for
race.
yourself, a 6th place starting position, brought it home P2 after that pit road mistake. Congrats, man. Who do you want to shout out to?
Yeah, just a shout out to the whole team. Everybody trusted me on the strategy call. It was definitely a little bit off-putting when you hear, hey, we're going to run this set of tires 40 laps and just trust me. And from there, we'll be short pitting and running those tires as hard as we want for the rest of the race. And we were really only in danger about 6 laps at a time. So, and when we were in danger, most people weren't on super, super old tires. So pretty calculated risk. I think
Place finish after a outside pole starting position. Brian McCann, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Hey, Steve.
Brian, congrats, man. 3rd place finish here. You led some laps. You were fast. You were up front. A little bit of right rear damage. Didn't catch where that came from. But my question is, did that really hurt the handling on that truck, killing some side force?
At first, I didn't think so. But when we pit with other drivers and was on fresh tires coming out, I started to notice they were just pulling away. Like I could not stay wide open throttle or anywhere close to wide open throttle. So I think it did. And then I was confused as well because I was like, where did I get that damage from? And they must have changed the damage model or something because I did just barely tap the wall out of 4, but that wasn't where I got it. What actually happened was I went back on the replay and looked. I was passing Dylan Bryant out of the pits and bumped into him on that little 1-lane stretch there. It was a little pass in the grass, but anyway, my bumper caught him and did all that damage, and I don't think it should have done that. So it looks like they might have changed the damage model a little bit.
Truck's getting a little bit more sensitive, it appears. Either way, you still held on to a 3rd place finish, a solid run, just maintaining that points lead as we head into Watkins Glen next week. Connor Leach is going to be strong there, but I'm pretty sure if you get with your brother, he might be able to give you a few pointers about that place. But you run pretty well, especially at the Glen. How do you get ready for maybe taking that win away next week?
I know Connor's going to be good there, so I'm just going to go out and have fun and see what happens. I'm just going to send it. I'm not going to do anything special.
All right, Brian. Well, who do you want to thank, man, before we let you go?
My family, drivers for an amazing caution-free race there. You for doing the broadcast, league admins and race control, and everybody watching tonight. My spotter, Repeat 1975, and Derek in my chat for helping out with fuel strategy. Thank you.
All right, Brian. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck at the Glen.
Oh, I'll see y'all for